Alright, so we're going to start talking about customization in Revit. So there's a few things that you need to kind of be aware of. Most of this has been covered in Global E-Train as far as curtain walls and stuff like that, but I'll go ahead and cover it again. As you start to develop systems in Revit, whether it be via the stairs or railings, and curtain walls and whatnot, it's really important that you don't use just the defaults of what is available in Revit. You really need to always kind of have that designer hat on. So I'm just going to start to play with the idea of customizing things in Revit, and I'll start with the curtain wall. So what I'm doing is I'm just, filling in the gaps. Many of you, I think, have already started to do this, where you've started to define what that curtain wall really looks like. And so I'm just going to throw in maybe some relatively obnoxious, in my opinion, profiles for the various types of interior and border 1 and 2. I'll just apply those. So we should see now the curtain walls take on a more clear role, and let me just throw it to kind of orthogonal as far as design intent would go. And you can see it's having quite a difficult time kind of hitting the form of this curved roof. So I may want to change this scenario and have it be a little bit more dense on the verticals, and or maybe even define a second curtain wall, one that just goes up to here, and then another curtain wall that then is actually maybe more dense in the vertical. So to do that, I might detach the top and I'll just have this go up to, say, 20 feet. And then I might have a second curtain wall that is then drawn right on top of that one. So I'm just going to kind of place it maybe in a kind of strange, try to get this thing to be happy. Yeah, I tried to place something kind of in the outer space. So to really do this, I'm going to have to go to my levels. And I'll just draw another curtain wall. And I'll have it offset base 20 feet. And then that'll be okay there. So that hopefully these my error messages will not keep coming. Alright, now let's take a look at the 3D view. Alright, so there we have the other curtain wall. So when I talk about you guys you guys customizing. What I mean by that is that you need to start to kind of make it feel more part of the design in some fashion. So a case for me would be this, really kind of making it kind of work within this geometry. Um, and then in other ways, I'll get to some other ways that you might think about customizing. Alright, so now I have that second system, and what I'm going to do now is to make that system more dense. So I'm going to edit type, and I'm going to create a duplicate curtain wall. This will be curtain wall 2. And instead of having the verticals every 2 feet, maybe I'll do every 1 foot. And so you can see now I'm starting to get a lot better kind of registration within the curved form. Alright, so there's other things though that you need to start to become aware of when messing with curtain walls or anything in Revit, is that you're given this kind of batch of circular, mullion, rectangular, and whatnot, and it's important not to feel like you're kind of hamstrung in by what's available here. So I'm going to show you where you can begin to change these profiles. All you do is you go to the family and you look for a curtain wall. And in fact, maybe it's changed now. And there we go. Curtain wall systems and curtain wall mullions. Let's look at curtain wall mullions. You'll see that now we have those circular mullions, the L corner, and all of that. Okay, that's interesting. But how do I control that? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to duplicate. And let's say we want a 1-inch circular mullion. So I'm just going to call that 1 inch. It'd be great if I was done there, but this really is just a name. I got to double click on it, and then I want to look inside and find out what parameters actually adjusting the size. So a 1 1/4 inch radius would of course be a 2.5 inch mullion. So now I'm just going to change that to 0.5, and I'll apply that. And now I have a 1 inch. So if we go into my curtain wall system, we edit the type, and we can see that maybe instead of this L corner, that's where I want to start to throw in this 1 inch circular. Maybe I don't like that kind of chunky thing, so I might start to adjust these. So this is where you're starting to really start to finesse Revit into being your design tool, instead of allowing for the kind of families that are already built into the system kind of rule the roost, as it were. So I might change this. I don't know, maybe I just want the square for this part of it. Actually, I probably should go ahead and keep it consistent with what I was doing, so I'll just change those both to square and these to circular, and voila. Alright, so this is really getting to that kind of thin profile. Maybe a little bit impossible to really make that kind of work. But that's the beginnings.